But we have created more jobs. More jobs. We've created 2.1 million jobs since we have, and we can account for every single one of them. 2.1 million jobs in the last 7 years.
Hypocritical lies. There are certain people, they know they are telling lies, but they will confidently tell the lie. They have locked their conscience.
Now, you are vice president. You are Trokra, now are you so cool and confident? Now, make upset the record to be said. And yet, no credit the Biara that said you are vice president. Dr. Like Bawumia NPP abide from 2017 up to date, almost creating 2.1 million jobs. I am ever ready to debate any NPP communicator and as any government spokesperson about this job.
Aha, we are for Ken TV, so you will be added by a platform. We are for Ken, we are for truth, justice for all. Midiani Abna Papebi. During year, Vice President Dr. Bawumia, the campaign tour and Obaku Kudrophobia, Ekwaje Mike, and Obisana, Assembly, Efa, a year economy, and Honebusian for Assemno, Yebisa, year Vice President, Rusha said, who is shaky. Or family war hono wa nya asem ketwa yenko na yenko ti asem a obay ebisa na ni anu yia yewa vice president so edeman ye ba Mr. Frank Adane wa homa no so ye misa ne se anse ya yewa vice president edema eye mami eye no kwa na se enye no kore.
But we have created more jobs. More jobs. We've created 2.1 million jobs since we have, and we can account for every single one of them. 2.1 million jobs in the last 7 years. That is more than any government in the Fourth Republic of this country. More than any government. But there is still more to be done.
At this point, we would like to take 4 questions from the eminent men and clergy, so that our vice president and leader of our party can provide some responses. And so we would like to take these questions. I've seen a hand up, a lady. Madam.
My question is on creating of jobs. I heard that you created 2.1 billion jobs. And I was having concern of those who lost their jobs in years back. A number of banks were closed, and those who were working in these banks, I believe, were displaced out of their work. And another thing was NGOs. Many NGOs were closed down, and people lost their jobs. So these new jobs that have been created, if it's real, does it have benefit to those who lost their jobs? Are you able to trace those people, because it's a livelihood? How do they cope with that? Another area is the business sector. Gold Coast security, where many of us invested our monies, were disturbed. I don't want to say closed down, but our monies were locked up. Let me reverse. I am Ramatu Abdullah Helena, a Mamprosi from East Mamprosi district, but pastoring a church in Dagbang here, Dalang, Assemblies of God to be precise. Okay, so we had our monies that we contributed. Provident Fund is for our pension. When you are going on pension as a pastor, you withdraw to cushion your old age. These monies were invested, and the company was down, and we are not able to recover these monies. Many of our old pastors have retired and are still looking to this money to be able to cushion their old age. And not only Gold Coast security, I think other business setups were affected, like Men's Gold and others. How are you able to work out this for us, please?
Thank you very much, I think, for those questions. I think the first question came on jobs and the fact that we've created so far 2.1 million jobs. These are broken down into 1.2 million jobs for the public sector and 975,000 jobs for the private sector all the way through 2023. and this is SNIT data. And so it's very clear if you look at the numbers: teachers about 100,000, nurses 100,000, and so on. So it's very clear that all of these jobs, as I said, they are all itemized and very much real. You went on to look at the job losses that occurred during the collapse of some of the financial institutions that happened. And that is an unfortunate situation, because you had about an estimate of about 7,000 job losses that occurred in that space in terms of the financial institutions. One of the things that we should also look at is how many jobs we saved during that period. One of the biggest nightmares I had was before the exercise took place, when it was clear that if we didn't move, if the Bank of Ghana didn't move to rationalize the banking system and shut down some of these banks, the whole system was going to collapse. The whole system. So we had to find 25 billion Ghana cedis. 25 billion Ghana cedis to save the banking system. We saved the deposits of 4.6 million depositors by just moving all their deposits to new banks like Consolidated Bank and so on. Otherwise, they would have all collapsed. And if 3 banks collapsed, the whole banking system would have gone fine. We would have lost so many jobs. For some of the securities, like Gold Coast Securities and so on, of course, these were investments that were made by people. These are not banking deposits. These are investments that are made, and people basically make their own evaluation of the risks involved in investing in certain institutions. Sometimes when they make a lot of money, we don't hear any complaints. But when they lose money, then we may hear some complaints. And I know that it is not easy for a lot of people who have put provident funds and so on into these institutions. Ministry of Finance came out with a bailout, and I think for each depositor they gave about 50,000 Ghana cedis. And I think the ministry is preparing another bailout for them, because we believe that they are going through hard times for those who did that, and we are going to have to come out with another bailout for them. You know, so that is one of the things that we are trying to do. But on balance, even if you said that some of those 7,000 people are still unemployed, we have to keep doing more to create more jobs. We've done 2.1 million so far, and we will keep doing much more.
Mr. Frank Adani Yamuakwaba, Edebawia for Kent TV.
Abna Papa B, Mejoso.
But you're somewhere, dear.
Oh, Kennedy, I come to Agyapong, young Oponwa. Ukurai, you know, or that's Ukurai. Your Emma Sen, not your also Emma Sen.
Yeah, that Nyame Ase. Mr. Frank Adani, a Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, or say a idea or create 2.1 million jobs. No question.
Abna,
Papa.
Shabi, Bible Kuraka said, Obapasia, Ukawano Tumua, Ibu Onyensani. Nanka, as I said, you are Vice President, Okana no tu. Na Anuni or the Bay, you know. Amama Kai and Sama Apostle Eric Nyameche, the National Chairman for the Church of Pentecost, Ghana, and the Tuga. Producer Fatuna amount for NT.
Hypocritical lies. There are certain people, they know they are telling lies, but they will confidently tell the lie. They have locked their conscience.
This is what we call a pure hypocritical lie. Now, you are Vice President. Udi Atrokra, no, I used to full and confidence. Now, make have set the record to it said. And yet no credit the that said you are Vice President. Dr. Like Bawumia NPP Aban from 2017 up to date, almost creating 2.1 million jobs. I am ever ready to debate any NPP communicator and as any government spokesperson about this job. Now, may Bible provide them with evidence not making this propaganda once and for all. Oba Papa B.
Papa.
Mama Fanchi Akesia Emma, we are for Ken worldwide. We are for Ken TV, USA for Ken North American chapter, Ken TV. Na Menchia, Kedia Compre with the provision. Maybe I believe no credit in it and we could do so. Na no credit in it, Kedia Compre with the power of our. You feel who be to me at the Wagana. Na me Koswa Kai, we are for Ken community for a Kagifu. So Wagana, or Amanone. Na ope at the papa a free you with your contact TV for Kenji, the better na yet April at your doorstep. Na also a cow said there will be a for Ken construction, especially Ghana from work with you, who have not a twitter, who pursue see papa dream house, with your dear Jaya, the pay and kama, because you said you see for no, if you move paso. If you think Sika, not every year, no Kurano, I don't know your so upwardly walk in Wakaho. We are for Ken, the moon yet, no correct. Now, Abana,
Papa,
you were vice president, say, from 2017 to date. On it, MPP are buying at $22.1 million. And you're not correct. Now, of course, you say, public sector, in Kuano, FR 1.2 million jobs. And our private sector also so far 975,000 jobs. I've been saying Uncle Pontias and Canada compare with the phone Uncle Pon am I dealing inside. Now said be a cool school so you could see idea, not your son's will feeling inside. May Kai will be Biara was study political science. I was in the university Bia. Say over the year, Ufana your course be a friend PPM. Public personnel management. Now, may recommend you a vice president any NPP for Amu Aqua Kushina discourse. Say Amu Kushina discourse wa Amu Jai at Trosem Kuntu no. Now, in the first place, this course will tell you say Opese Oye public servant. Oh, yeah, as some woman that is for public good. Say Opese Unyasikaye millionaire. And you're public servant. You cannot be a public servant and be millionaire. Only in Ghana politics and a public servant are you millionaires. Now, my main cost straight to the job issue. So we are PPM. We have what you call public servants. And I was civil servants. In total, we have the public servants and then the civil servants constitute public servant.
okay.
As I'm speaking. Now, you differentiate public servant from civil servant. Public servant, you know, or money politicians, any government appointees, or mono, their term of office is not fixed, they are temporary. What by qua also so. But civil servant, our office is permanent. I just said what should be, and I want to resign it, and I want pension, and I didn't. The UAT. Now, say you also train the total number of employees are buying up. I employ that in the public sector. As I am speaking, Abena public sector are buying were employed over 600,000 Ghanaians. If Ghana, you don't over 30 million, no. Ghana for a buying a form you know 1 million.
Hey.
City Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Yanni pencil between you and American. In the history of Ghana, a buying anywhere for a public servant, whether temporary or permanent. You knew 1 million. We even you knew 700,000. 20 Ebasano, that is the book of Mimosia. 20 call Ghana Statistical Service on website. Produce a show who are part of Mama. You see the logo. Ghana 2022 earnings inequality in the public sector. Producer, Mr. Alpha, information with Mama from Ghana Statistical Service. Also, data description, that is it. Also, statistics in this session are generated using December 2022 earnings data of public sector employees. This session provides a description of the data. Also, the government of Ghana employs about 658,000 persons. Abana,
Papa.
My Afrofonian people NPSA from Ghana Statistical Services as at 2022 December. Na abai nyuma efo nyina fiti Dr. Kwame Nkrumah pencil iti his pencil basic name abai nyuma efo nyina no ye 688,000 you know 700,000.
Hey.
Yes, it is already Ghana map na header hona. That is the breakdown of every region. Region via public servant and as a public sector worker. That is the breakdown. Which is our 40. Then the Abulai.
Papa.
Maybe so. So you will Bawumia say what you're creating 2.1 million jobs. If I have a ghost jobs, and I'll create the man some. And now, also break it down. So let's say, they move 1.2 million equal public sector. Also 1.2 million public sector. But as at NPP by Muno, not at public sector, it was around 400 to 500,000. But it said, 1.2 about the Kamame. And Casablanca public sector, and Kayanina 1 something million.
Yes.
But you know, NPP for one Jimino. One country you will vice president Dr. Bawumia said, and you know, quick a Biaraka. And I am daring any NPP communicator and as any government official to come out and challenge me because the data doesn't lie. This is Ghana Statistical Services. Most Ghana Statistical Services. Now we because let me as a political science student to confirm my information. And I'm trying to call Ghana Statistical Services. And I'm also so 688,000. It is a younger Bawumia cafe or the public sector. We're increasing up to or the 1.2 million and you're not correct. Now, your Vice President Chair said the sources of information are Senate data. Because we will say Ghana Statistical Services, they be accurate information. But Senate for the Obama and the Amubinya accurate information. Then quickly, and I'm a call Senate. Produce another factor to Mammy. Over Asiapa na ya highlight no. Let's run the blah blah what is Senate blah 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 church. But the pension scheme as administered by Senate has an active membership of over 1.8 million as at April 2023, with over 235,617 pensioners who regularly receive their monthly pensions from Senate. That is Senate data. Senate data also no. And then, Senate client, let me Senate contributor. Okay. 1.8 million Ghana cedis. Now, Abna Mamunchi and we na Arafoni achieve for Tiasi. Okay. We say, Mr. Frank Adane, say, you Bawumia say, created 2.1 million jobs. Now 1.2 a public sector. And yet, Senate is also the data shows 1.8 million. And what the any vice president, he may be right. Because the 1.2 plus 600,000 it's equivalent to 1.8 now, you are vice president, they cannot remember.
I know, correct.
Correct. Saying it here. The Senate contributors are the Senate contributors comprises of both private and public sector workers. Ankure, when you know the AMA Senate contributors are rising to 1.8 in young public sectors, we are 683,000. It is 1.8 more, which is around 1.1 million. So the 1.1 million are private sector workers. They also pay Senate contribution. So you have to pay the workers Senate. Even as I'm speaking, Mama Fua Omoton Yema Ewutu Omunina the Brinner to Senate. Said the Baya Oko Ahumjimua Senate, let's go. The Bama was only behind Kakra. That was the information and not more of 235,000. And the Chonwa of the Jima Senate Epiomoka. We are all told so. I was treating all told so of Wahom. A Jumabia Wuye Piano, you can register for Senate. Until that 1.8 million, no. And you Ghana for now, what I say, Oya Bayaduma, and I say, Onya Abayaduma. The meaning say, Ankura Mutime, you are Onya Bayaduma, or your Ankura Duma, Nansono, or your Senate contributor, or your client, and you understand it. But you are Vice President, Dr. Bawumia, and you say Ghana for. You see, I into what kind of class I know and one no. Now, many me say, Messing Uncle Point, I shake it your company point with them. And which the master be a maker piano, but they challenge at all. Me say, that you are Vice President and people to say, or I created 2.1 million jobs, and you're not quite the Biarata. Because I can work at 2.1 million jobs, it has to reflect in the data of the Ghana Statistical Services under the public sector workers. And it must also reflect in the data of the Senate. Then he said, you are Bawumia, let me create 2.1 million jobs. Now said it has not appeared in the Senate data. And then you are Bawumia also the Ghana. Yes. Because a year Ubi Biara Asadia said Ubi a Juma Wakana ha. Utia Senate contribution, Emma workers, a compulsory. Then did that 2.1 million jobs on the Senate should interrogate this issue. Now I will make sure say that 2.1 million Ghanaians now, yes, I am on they must pay a Senate contribution. This is a cost. Other than that, a cost, just a camouflage or that I may say I do engage in academic politics. Let me hear you young Korean. It is a whole cancer man. Make sure you have your part. If you do not, don't come. And I am telling you, the Vice President, any NPP for they should come out and challenge me. And we be a minister who here was Senate. Verify, I don't pay like I'm in trouble. Almost a crime from Muslim. You deserve the how many? Because I have seen on their website said 1.8 million. It's your motor, say. Now, what they different number we are, definitely we not friend now we also be we are, a very ask a number now a prayer. No, we go also their mammy. Now, now we use that. But yet, if the Senate for 18 years, they should come out and clarify if the Senate contributors and as a Senate client, it's above 1.8 million. And our public sector workers, almost also, they should come out. And even the controller and accountant general, what are you clear? They should come out, they should bring their data. Because all the information from Ghana Statistical Services now, who said that everything you break it down, everything is there. So I speak with evidence, and I am very in the entity communicator to challenge me on that. Mame, said the Obano, this you vice president question, not no air for Pono, and the posterity is judging you vice president. You will come and I'm not or yet opposition. Now, Ubisa 170 economic questions to the late and disaster. Then, you were disaster and not or yet head of economic management team as a vice president. And then you go on child, you were disaster on you were disaster and Tiase. Nanka, you were disaster Tiase. Not said you were vice president. You shouldn't divide out here. And then, no, Oba, on your economist, or so far. Just one question. You see how you are lying, how you are fumbling yourself. That is what we call karma and posterity. The judge and Dr. Bawumia.
Mr. Frank Adane, Dr. Pakwasi Yindum, on also say our demanded say government in the Beman is 7 billion Ghana cedis. Or you're right, so be demanded as Canana.
Abna, indeed, you are right, you are Pakwasi Yindum has every right to demand that money. Now, Uti Asemna, Unia Bas of Ban Bisayana, you raised an issue of collapsed banks.
Yes.
Now, what the Amendela with Dr. Pakwasi issue you about the so. You see, Dr. Pakwasi was one of the finest Ghanaian businessmen. Ghana for your penance. Even though he belongs to CPP, later, and about the political party PPP.
Yes.
But under Omampaninda Dakofo, not he was a minister. He didn't see that. Say, would be a one party opposition, the minister. But the genuineness and kind-heartedness of Dr. Pakwasi, he was a minister. He was what we call single spine structure. Dr. Pakwasi Eka and Indifoni and Yansapua, or more the single spine structure, a buy. We our public sector is aware of single spine structure. And Luna, the Bible receive public sector workers at Katia about 5 or 6 times because access, not any. Memfa and on Twinchen, Dr. Pakwasi has created a lot of jobs. With its banks. GN Bank, everywhere you go. Now, other infrastructure, sports infrastructure, about hotels and accommodation. Because I quite remember, Brian Yakin, their company called Agyapong campaign in Central Region. You call one of the time we were in the sports complex. I know what you were on. Oh, we are not a rare home. And one of the hotels, a walk, Konano, and also say you call. I quite remember we go there, you could eat. And also so we are not a rare home. And most of his infrastructure development out here in Brinano, you are not a rare home. Schools, Yanka. But NPP, Dr. Agyapong Bawumia, almost saying Uncle Tony, a good Dr. Pakwasi Yindum back. All because of political struggling for power. Because in politics, I've said it say politics and wealth are like twins. They are not separable.
Okay.
If the politicians, if you are in opposition, now what the incumbent will do is say, make all things possible to block all your finances. Now, Obama are poor, said they pay all the time. They can use money to influence. And yes, it's a council so there. You can you go to ma. Now, what's a my said to Gentrino? What can the answer? Now, Dr. Pakwasi Yindum money who in the period. This year, any investment not why they work Ghana for. A buy now who Dr. Pakwasi Yindum bank, not a buy now for Dr. Pakwasi Yindum this year couldn't try.
Okay.
Yes. Now, some of the loans also not Dr. Pakwasi Yindum Diamano, not Dr. Pakwasi Yindum Diama, a buy now and Casa. the contractors. Omoje contractor omoye nyuma aban no nye sikantia. So contractors ya omoye nyuma ma oman no omo nye sika aban no nye sikantia omo. Dr. Papa Sindima odwen Ghana ho. Emma omo besia so omo kontia. Eno na man yi. Eno Dr. Papa Sindim say oh mo ma mebre na me fanye je. Omo seda ibiguno. And other UT bank, and some of the banks and so on. Now a NDC banks,
Okay.
NDC gurus, yes. And you see NDC in opposition, it will have to bring them down, and this how you get money. But how can they compete? That is the principle. Now a car na banks in na now a 9 billion Ghana cedis. The we actually know, Dr. Bawumia was almost spend 25 billion Ghana cedis. Logically, what can Ghana for what can banks for no one? Obia Modeka 9 billion.
9 billion.
And then I would say no, they use 25 billion.
Eh?
Then I would say 9 billion look at the Kyomo carried so much. Then Quebec the surplus of 15 billion. Never.
Ane.
When this 15 billion, the guarantee will be Papa Maya. But okay, now go when 1 million will say Ghana for a year to all these banks. They or what Emma Ghana for no year to our banks in a country as unemployed. The Timothy again or how many amani echo. Obano Bisano. What you need and yet you sit down and consider those who are unemployed. Almost 8 years now. 8 years now. And mommy, I will also say Ghana Fuana or Musika at the banks of honor. Young Pierre also the among.
Eh.
Yes, on because many Americans say I have received a whole lot of course, especially Ghana food man amanone, or Musika, or Monsankai, will be 1.3 billion, 1 billion, 900, 9 billion, sorry, 900,000, which is 90,000 Ghana cedis. Maybe 50,000 Ghana cedis, maybe PI. But the Ghana room, I catch a Ghana for say with clear. No, you soon 25 billion. And you're not correct. And you're not correct. And the Dr. Park was in the Marcelo. And Dr. Park was in the say no. Who are man out in the county and Chia, who's what the cover with the bank, and it's another Piana Camano. Because a Camana who are man over there, now it was around 1 something million Ghana cedis, but because of the cedi depreciation, and arising and an interest accumulation, and arising to 7 billion Ghana cedis. It say, Yoga, Papa was saying himself, indeed, Yoga Vice President must pay. Now, and on a bring now, make Ghana for say, Okandinia. Yempe okandinia wapopra na onim abrabo o hawle amanye say you vice president ene nana adodanko akufuado senka eyade se omo wapopra na omunim o hawle amanye a ewo abrabo mu a ahokyere a ewo abrabo mu a enka omo entrase ewu banks no emma Ghana so a o ye adwuma wo banks no enkotena fie emfa adwendwen emu enka Ghana so a o sika da ho no enka they will make sure they will protect it enkotena fie emfa adwendwen emu pension for Ghana for kwa no wako pension o musika na na do dan kwa kufuado and you are vice president Dr. Lady Omwodi yes Omwodi. The former Chief Justice of Nuan Kasana, she was at the demonstration.
Okay.
Yes, open it, the pension pay. Or your former chief justice under NPP, and another don't go for the pension pay, and another this, and you will Bawumia. And you say, yes, or Candinia. That's the Ghana for. We shouldn't do this mistake again. Yanta or Candinia Wabopra. Na Oma, the you vice president, Ladana D. Na Yasaman to me, be wa, only. No, dear, or the quiet compare with Agyapong, businessman. Nanka, will you be a finishing the part? As you say, assassin, play what they are. Nipa never been that, or she would see a Ghana for. Or when you have been that, it's answered with 2 quanko a man on the Holland. Not only per victim, not only a will to the banner. Now you sit down, I sell a shelter, a whole like a quote or diet, a violent necessity. Then to say, and let Nankupon up to the summer. What kind would be a free buyer? What was a Ghana for so every? You know what, but your crowds is what you were did that. Then people sit down and they are seeing Nankupon now. Then think I say no.
Yeah,
yeah, election year na yeku. They think I won't put it. Na fama ayi that kaya so what could be kaya you for time. Yes, a camouflage. How many kaya years do we have in this country? I feel also about the kaya you for driving. Car ben or muka kuchi. Quite ben so. I can't do a year for but the other car of the fan of the better. And now Baba told mom. Ghana for 1 year. Umaya ni na agro will be money so papa agro will be money so.
Mr. Frank Adane, a vice president, answer na obeko the campaign tour no want na say enye hwehwemu answer na wakoka nsem bia o yemo so kan.
Abna
Papa.
The etie nyina na say omo ankasa no omo nim no kore no. But say omo ka say omo kan no kore na ensiva.
Okay.
You know, as I said, who could capture? When you say you are vice president, you are former president, you are Mahama. Or no one can bekan alone to say politics here. That and Trocakra. No credit Kakra. It is a Omuya Brebre, no Omuya no Creba, a Christ, and Yasun quality. And you know, a woman say, Yen Ghana for no, Yen Shadampe additional. And not because of separate, you know, so I did it, you know, you wear to me, to a car, some no crana, Yen pe a some banner all can into you. You want to say but we are back. We are breaking the age. And no, we should be able to people. Did you say, yeah, change the home. Now you will see answer. Now you will school answer. Now you did papa can the control the poetry. What opera? Now you need to the abra what piano. You can. Now you the school dear, need to see the at home. Because, sir, 2.1 million jobs on from all the NPP communicators, that is their message. NPP communicators, yes, that is their message. I am not your mom. If you also say your mom instead of some on the Pelguno, a monte, say your mom free solidity and no, not almost, yes, no, so much now. I am challenging every NPP communicator. I have proven myself. Come out and prove me wrong. So much more created 2.1 million jobs are. Come out, bring the data. And the data must reflect in the Senate. Because already we know, they are by law, that every worker, whether public or private, must be a contributor to Senate. It is a more creating 2.1 million jobs. Now, they are not under Senate here, and they are also so what breachy? We are Mamboya for. and it is illegal. And the same way, it must appear in the Ghana Statistical Service data. And under Ghana Statistical Service, as of 2022, we have only 688,000. The year Bawumia, 1.2 public sector workers, almost 5. Because, Ghana for Yamakwan, our politicians after moving too much. And in the time, say, you bring a Kennedy, a company called Agyapong says so. I was very happy. Say, next, Emeka say, you are vice president, who ye campaign say, why restore teachers and nursing training. Meanwhile, Yana ye nursing training, no. Yensan can allowance, no. Meanwhile, what is your campaign? And so not on show, but why you so more enough to wear some nurses for learning and a nurse like as a peer bab on tears so good baby ya and can't be doing no more than them. Meanwhile, instead of them to clarify, they will not. And then you are vice president, Regina, Ghana Fwa, Omusika. Eka default banks yen tia winning catch on say the tia chicken now. And this is not the only woman. I have another video or so for back also so no or also the same thing on your Ibema. Or can the same thing almost also see our banks or one no musica our bank na you know as of now almost musica. And some of the workers young Campo, Kapaka Sindu, ya send life. We are not a raho, and me young folk could do for. Now he was the only person and not all competing with Kennedy upon when it comes to job security. And we see the same way the NTP will be planning against Kennedy but another emphasis. Because one, Nyankopon wa udikene dia komprekwa Agyapong achino oyi nyameti asefo a wonti mfa nani enye fo se ukase ubegu kene Agyapong ani ma ate ya wono wani ngwase ne beye mo enu nti na fiti chadre ani ngwase no aye double triple quadruple million in NPP day in and out issues upon issues and na Bawumia and Mamusa Yura Bawumia or Canada NPP branch. A fair now one now Abuchiri for so. Tabi Abuchiri for Abubreno Musica winning Koya Yapasuki. More quack was left for Musica. As I thought that or more, set a more fresh in a young twaba mamma. Now a movie, no one me no duty or won't teach duty. Lamedia, the Nisha Abuchiri for the Omuni no more that. Abucheni bi amfrefi ida say wobusianfo omonkonkoto aba ana say omonkoto ma onabo alankwadwo chirematen ana se chida new force afa. This is the only key in tower ya dey call December service. It is how ya Abucheni na ubobra yeme na meka ahochira wo from ofrefi and Chicago Fia, women are Mecca and Hochira Wufo. So, we put that to Ghana ha, and women are Mecca and Hochira Wufo. So, we talk at the Abagana, women are Mecca duty a Wutia. So, we are spare parts dealer, we are car dealer, we are Uncle Crown, so we contain a bar, and women are Mecca duty a Wutia. It is a one casa. Duty a wood piano honor. Not only compare maybe a cream. What shall I share? Not over some swap of phone. After a few, a science and some Kotoma Yura Bawumia, and yet one casa would take it.
Now, you're a vice president, will be a winya medu sooner, wouldn't trash us, ye be.
Anna, or I must say, as a cotton one of my. Yana Papa, Nanado don't go good.
Hey,
na don't go go to the record the new year you. Ono wa yen Yankopon kura shege. Shege rege. Ono le ti shege Yankopon go dada Yankopon. Ah, we said another one. Nivu Peter, the whole Ghana of fire chala. Na next seven or yesu bi ya no mother and to be out. Ah, no don't go for what you dada Yankopon. What that Ghana for? Now, you are vice president, the son get the oil in good year, or don't put on one included or two or dear channel. But another dear, and you would be with what day. Okay, dollar now you say hata. With the young vice president, Dr. Like you are Bawumia, economic messiah back. Now, a $5 no. I'm an economy no. A general nice so, like Ghana should be no. A transfer general nice so at $50 no. And dollar no, I say, with a hata, a good wire come from.
Hey!
Hi! And then can you fire 40% in way? And 50 now by 2024 idiot. When I go through 2060. Madam Fobako, every people communicate a power. Of sure, I'm also quiet. It's maybe a pound and then you will go 20. Hey,
Sir?
I'm saying a pound. Yeah, and I'm not here go 20. Just I'm not being we could make a difference. I'm 20. 20 1 pound. I said, hey, Kwame. I'm saying that Kwame is the one radio, so I said, Kwame offers to defend it. What is a Kwame when you're ready to go?
See.
Mr. Aljuma Edin we are saying, and let's say we are NPP communicator. Aljuma Edin, so what to me NPP communicator successful. Mother, wait to me, Dada, avoid Yaka, and the number three. NPP communication, that is the most difficult work ever. I said, Kwame Majai, now some men are Koka, come down on the first will be defending. Hey, and watch them now, Okano, Dunya be our intellectual, which is having Mr. Wabishamia, as a man of the camp word. What do you mean, Kassam? A yato. Okay, 2 million jobs, you know, put two, and they are ready, you know. Young Fresnet, young Fred, Ghana certificate service, never did on my because what creative jobs are if in this letter and Ghana certificate services for Mama Ghana, we are what you be now. It is about radio, so what you would say? Or more cash of work creating, I would mean a debate, or their frame. Some number of their frame. But you will be a young Catholic, you can have it now. You must move years a Ghana, no, Abana, a young idea. Obedience will be our Kuruna, no more beer, no more beer, not down. The young so be the Asempa. Or Kaka. The Asempa, Madame Futuno, the Asempa, you know, correct. Castles will be a Kuruna.
Mr. Frank, I done a angel last submission.
The submission, let's say, Sadia, you are vice president. Enya akukudro ejira Ghana for when a catcher Ghana for say 2017 up to date on the NPP are buying a creative 2.1 million jobs. Now remove 1.2 a public sector and now 975,000 plus and so a private sector no and you know create the BRS.
Okay.
It's unfair. The local public sector, your public sector, no. It is say your Ghana, which is family. Public sector workers, no. Ye 688,000.
Okay.
If that 1.2 million now, you are vice president working to be about the car or more. You are vice president to say information, no, we need free Senate data. The Oakwa Senate data, as I'm speaking, the total number of Senate contributors is 1.8 million Ghanaians. Beside you, vice president said, 2017, this is a need, or the 2.1, and I can't Senate one. About the same, na ɛyɛ 1.8 that 1.8 you know ɛrekɔ no fiti sɛ yɛwo Ghana o bifi ani it's both public and then the private na ɔsi 2.1 aba abɛka the existence rate contributors ɛbaa ne sɛn it should come out and explain. I am daring anybody now your NPP ni or your communicator say they should come out and challenge me. Wait my NPP ni babiara matotala you want Bawumia enko jina babia enka say NPP are creating 2.1 million jobs. Na enya no correct. They are true. What about to match any din? Omo ba ye no. Omo be bu banks. Say you and let a month for Sika come. Or one of your job banks now what to see as unemployed. Now, who you can deny, no one could eat or can deny. Wabra, not only a bravois. So ya never. Nagana de Yanko Casatre. Said in Yanko Casatre. Yet, Bribby and come. Far, the former president John Agyapong was a young na yakofa ni book at news and never see us what a new aboying na yuma you ye na second the book at news on the osene papa ni book at news no on the a guy no mo bidi go a Japanese no mo say no ya nyi aye be say no eno ena omo ba no nto bibiara e ma na ni na ho na Ghana so so amwa butiri no enye mu de yakina de babia ye beche kwase ya mo ni na ho mu freshi na ma NPP fungu se ye de yawo na anyawo ya nyawo faye na mo bia na adam omo ankasa omo ko akuturo mo awe no omo ankasa so mo adaye na ye beche Ghana achiko
ye da se pa na omre Mr. Frank Adane Ebusia for Mr. Frank Adane and I attend can say a year vice president Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ne campaign to na wo no and na question me ekopiem wo hono na yenyi na ehu sene na boldness na wo de cancer no akasa wa ya ma bia na abna me na me hu ye bia na wo so we hu de ne to de ho ayen fancy ho ebusia for mu nkire mu and na Mr. Frank Adane e de brain aha and e brebe me yakwa me de mo isi yakwa.
The foundation of every kid's education is important to every parent. That is why Leap International School is here to give your kids a solid foundation. The school that cares about its environment and seeks to transform it is one that cares about the education and well-being of its kids. The school has a playing ground, a bus to convey the kids in and out of school, as well as a well-furnished facilities and resources to groom the kids to future leaders. Not forgetting the well-learned teachers that are patient with the kids to ensure understanding is easy. They are located at a Manfrom off the Pokwasi Amasaman Road. For more information, call 0246 928 031 or 0246 098 067. Be part of a school that leads, learns, evolves, acts, and develops through sound education. Leap International School, the next leaders.
School now battle beyond the Baruko Hono Nyo or your Rainbow Montessori International School. Rainbow Montessori International School. What you from Kratchi? You could see JHS. The Rainbow Montessori International School from Anna. What been wrong? What's the what the Montessori curriculum in a syllabus? No what the children are the teachers who are when you know why a degree holders what the Abutana Badoyan what the trauma from Anadio. The Rainbow Montessori International School. What it about for your man what the trauma from Anati? It's your mama from Anu not doing boy wrong. What it ultra modern science laboratory, computer laboratory, library and research center, art and sculpture laboratory, hygienic canteen, now for a clinic. Na mo ye nyika 1 point there. Rainbow Montessori International School. Or your boarding house. Into Onfahu baby Awobiara. Wawo from Anu Batuma School. Onfahu there Watakwa, Takrade, Elibo, Cape Coast, Accra, Kumasi. One boarding house facilities now. Or your modern standard. Now wash your papa. It's your house master and house mistress. What you want to a boarding house no? It's your new Robiara. Bambo another security no see sure. It's if Wabo from Anabra. The Rainbow Montessori International School. It was Watakwa in Soyem, opposite police station. It is said Ubaba Rainbow Montessori International School. Tuwa Junim Nada. Wasan Wabat Shana the Papa. Emana Zamsina. Wachar 111. It's a code word missing forms. Ewa Hantaman Rabank. Watakwa in Soyem branch. Frayene 0277 100 823. Rainbow Montessori International School. In Moframa Wanda China one fapim. Oshasuaha. It's a Hana Bartan Biara. Ordinary from a river.
Hey Joe, what did it take? The Fancy Association of North America, aka MANA, present the Sister MANA Congress. Now this time on, we're Connecticut to what we say voodoo. Now this year theme of the year, decreasing infant mortality by providing proper facilities for safe delivery. Enjoy infant food in the Akayawa boom, ya popo yaho, nears up poor humanity. Onunti, any to suffer the brad, Akayawa Connecticut. Naya more on your fuel. Now this year now, event lineup or your tight rough. Yasha Friday, July 12. Onu or ya fashion kasapa. Get a share him for. Naya so, you be showcase the best of our tradition. Never share the most beautiful cultural display. A paper friend carnival. A pencil paper to my friend whom I'm paying. More time than you bet you to the fullest. You must share him for. You do not check Connecticut to Crown who in Asia. Now you dinner ditch in a Saturday now. On your dinner and fundraising gala. Ababadu a Marriott Hartford. Ewa Windsor Airport. 28 Day Hill Road, Windsor, Connecticut 06095. Now this is Sunday now. Only your cookout. You only a summer edition. Rade, Bejibi, Bonumbi, Office South by Heart, Yatun Safro, our Connecticut, and bring the Sister MANA Congress, Yadi Bashasi. I came there, one some, one in Nipa.